I'm using two colours of this gorgeous DK or light worsted weight yarn, the grey and the teal, and the pattern requires a multiple of 8 stitches, so I've just cast on 24. I just used a standard long tail cast on and I just knitted 2 rows to make a base for the pattern. So if you'd like to get to that stage before you join me for the rest of it, please do. 24 stitches is what you're going to need. Let's get started with row 1. It's a knit row and we're going to be using both colours fairly soon. So I'm going to start with knit 2 in my colour A, which is my pale grey. And then I'm going to knit 4 with my colour B, which is my teal. Now I like to hold one yarn in each hand. You may like to have both in your right hand or both in your left hand. Whichever way you prefer, just work that way. If you want a bit of help with that, I have a video on that which I will link to for you. So I'll just get my teal joined in and then I'll switch to using both hands. So I'm going to knit 4 with the teal, and all I do is just link it across to knit the first stitch. So I'll do these 4 with my right hand because that's my dominant hand, and then I will swap and I will do the light colour with my right hand and this colour with my left hand. So now I'm going to do 4 of the light grey. Now don't pull this too tight, you really shouldn't have it any tighter than that. You need to strand across the back there without pulling your stitches together too much, so always spread them out. So I'm going to do 4. Okay, and now with the teal colour I'm going to do 4, and I'm going to do them using the sort of continental picking style, which I'm not as good at, but I'm okay on knits, not so good on pearls, but let's see how far we get with it. Still spread out fairly well. Let's continue. 4 of the light grey. The reason I like holding in one yarn in each hand is mainly for tension. I don't have to drop either of them, and the back floats stay really nice and neat because one is at the top and one is at the bottom, which is how it should be. Again, another video on that for you, which I'll link to. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we finish row 1 with 2 of our colour A. There's row 1. Row 2 is similar but with purl stitches. There's the back of row 1 with its floats, nice and neat, not too loose, not too tight. So now let's start with row 2. So we're basically doing the same thing but with pearls. I have twisted my yarns around because I like to do that at the beginning of each row, just once. That's all that's needed. So let's get going. I am not so good on pearls, as I've already mentioned, in my left hand, but let's give it a go. So 2 pearls with the light colour, and then 4 pearls, won't pull too tight there, 4 pearls with the light blue colour. You can see, you're probably laughing at me now the way I do this, but this is the way I have to do it with my left hand. 4 pearls with the cream, again, don't pull too tight. And now the blue. I said light blue last time, it's more of a teal, isn't it, really, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, and don't worry about those loose looking floats, they will straighten themselves out. When you've got all your other yarns worked, they sort of pull everything into shape. The last thing you need is for them to be too tight because that will pucker your work. Blues. Oops. And the 2 creams. Now let's have a look at how our work's looking now. before we move on to the next row, which is the interesting one. So this is what it's looking like from the front. Let's just tighten that tail. I'm loving these colours together. I think they work really nicely. Just to show you the back, floats are all nice there, all fine. And now we're going to move on to cables. We will be working cables across the whole of this row. So the first 4 stitches are going to end up with a right sloping cable, the next 4 left, right, left, right, left. And obviously they're going to change colours, which is why we're doing this after all. So let's see how that goes. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you by using a cable needle. I don't use cable needles anymore, which you might have seen if you've watched any of my recent videos. So I'll show you with it first and then without it later on. So the first cable then, I have to slip my first 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them at the back. Now I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to be knitting with this blue. So I'll take that around the back of the cable needle because that's going to be easier. Knit. And then I'm going to knit the 2 stitches on the cable needle with my cream yarn. That all looked a bit messy. It generally does at the beginning. So let's have another go with the cable needle. As you can see, I'm not really proficient with it anymore. And this one is a left sloping. So what we have to do now is slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them in the front. Here's my blues, hold them in the front. Knit the next 2 with my cream. And then go back to the cable needle and knit those 2 with my blue, which I'm picking up from under the grey, sorry, not cream, grey. So there's our first 2 pairs of cables. Now I'm going to do away with this cable needle now to do the next pair because I find it so much easier. The first thing the pattern says is to slip these 2 stitches onto a cable needle and hold them at the back. But as I'm not using a cable needle, I'm going to just pass over the front of those 2, pick the next 2 stitches up, take all 4 off, do not panic, pick out those 2, just stay calm, and then put these 2 back on. What has now happened is they're now in the right order to work. So we don't have to mess about with the cable needle. So 2 blues, so much easier, and 2 greys. Okay, now let's do that the other way. The next one, if I was using a cable needle, was to slip the 2 stitches and hold them in the front. So if those 2 have got to go in the front, then I need to go behind and pick up the next 2 because I'm sort of doing it the opposite way, if you like. So take all 4 off, putting your thumb there to hold these, grab them, and there you go. Now put the cream ones back on and everything's in the right order again. So knit with the cream or the grey or whatever I want to call it next time for those first 2 stitches. And then knit with the blue. Now obviously cables will pull it in a little bit, and I am trying not to pull those floats too tight, but they probably will be a little tight, but let's not worry about that because it is cable after all. All right, so the next one, 2 stitches to the back. So I need to go in front, grab my next 2, take all these stitches off the left needle, pop those 2 back on while holding it with my thumb, and put these 2 back on. Everything's now in the right order to knit with the blue and knit with the grey. The last cable, these two should go to the front, so I go behind my needle and pick up those last two. These go to the front. Whoa. Take them off, put them back on, put these two back on. It's just so much easier than messing about with the cable needle, for me anyway. Knit those two with the grey and pick up the blue and knit the last two. That is the trickiest row, obviously, because it's got all the cables in it that swap colours. Looks quite nice though already, I think. So let's move on to row 4. It's basically the same as row 2, except you're purling the stitches in the colour that they now are, because they've actually changed position. So 2 blue, I'm going to drop my blue to the left and my grey to the white. That's the way I was working before. And now 4 grey. Try with my left hand again. 4 blue. Four grey. Blue. Grey. And final 2 blue ones. Oops, that stitch has got a bit loose. I'll just tighten that up now. Row 5 and 6 are just plain rows. So knit across in the colours as they present themselves and then purl back. So I'm going to come back to you after I've done those, then we'll do another cable row. So I've now worked rows 4, 5 and 6, which are just plain rows in the colour as they present. So now we're going to do the cables again. And this time our colours are opposite to what they were last time. So it's going to make an interesting effect. Again, I'm not going to use a cable needle. I'm definitely rebelling. So the first two, these 2 stitches have to go in the back. So come into the front and grab the next 2. There we go. Take everything off. All those 4 stitches, pop those 2 back on and put those over there. So we're going to knit in the colours that they are, so 2 in the grey, followed by 2 in the blue, and I'm going to try and use both hands again, even for the cables, and there we have it. The next one is these 2 greys need to go in the front, so let's go behind and grab the 2 blues. Slide those 4 stitches off and from the front re-grab the 2 greys. Pop the blues back on. It will be a little bit tight, but you can it'll be fine once you work on a bit. So 2 knits in the blue and 2 knits in the grey. There we go, so they're swapping over nicely now. These 2 stitches need to be at the back, so let's come in the front and grab the next 2 grey stitches. Take all those 4 stitches off carefully and remount the blue stitches and then pop the grey stitches on. And that's the worst bit of it. After that, you're done. You just got to knit in the right colours. So knit 2 in the grey and 2 in the blue. Nice. Next one, these 2 need to go to the front, so we will go behind. Grab the next 2 blues. There we go, we've got them. Take those 4 off and re-grab the greys. Knit the 2 blues. And knit the 2 greys. Just loosen that one up a little bit. There we go, that's better. And then 2 more to go now. So the next 2 stitches have to go to the back. So come into the front and grab these 2. Take them all off. Put them back on, the blue ones, and then put the grey ones on. And then we'll knit 2 grey and the 2 blue from underneath the grey. And then the last one, we go behind, grab the last 2 blues, re-grab the cream. Didn't do that one very well. There we go. Pop the blues back on. Knit 2 blues. And knit 2 cream. Starting to take shape now. The last row in the whole repeat then is to just purl across in the colours. So 2 grey, 4 blue. And this is an 8 row repeat. So this is the last row, and then I'm going to do it all again and show you what it looks like after you've done a few. Being careful not to pull that too tight. 2 grey there and 2 grey from over there. For blue, loosen that just a tad. For grey, make sure that's loose enough, yep. Don't know if you can hear the blackbirds singing outside my window. He always comes to me about this time of the day. Towards the end of the day, he's telling me it's time to stop work. But I never listen to him. Pearl. And the last 2 in the grey. And there we are, there's our first repeat. Doesn't it look gorgeous? So I'm going to do a few more, 1 or 2 more repeats, and then I'm going to come back to you to show you how I'm going to just finish it off. Here's my final little sample. I ended up just doing 2 repeats, so 1 goes to there and 1 goes to there, and then I did a couple of rows of garter stitch before casting off. Now the thing that I find really fascinating about this pattern is, even though cables are vertical, obviously they go up like those blue ones there and those grey ones there, this pattern gives the illusion of horizontal wavy stripes, which I find amazing actually, and I think it's really, really cute. And if we just look at the back, you'll see that the floats are nice and tidy, all nice and flat, not too loose, not too tight, because of the way I work my floats, as I've told you in the video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you soon.